Hey guys, I'm Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today we are going to be doing a fancy fold that's got a couple layers. I think you're going to really love it, and one that you can make your own landscape uh, with just using paper and blending brushes. So I'm hoping that you're going to love this as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for being here. And if you can subscribe, I'm still waiting for that 2,000 number. And for those that continue to come every week, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And for those that are new, please check out all my videos. I have hundreds of them and they are all very, I think, good. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to turn you around. So hopefully this will all go well. Hold on one second. Well, that was faster than usual. All right, just need to make, there we go. Hey, that was easy. Okay, so this is a new stamp set. Well, it's been, what, a month? Yeah, a month and a half. It's Hills of Tuscany, and you get to use all of these to make some beautiful images. So, hey, Gail. Hey, Pat. So we're going to go ahead and start. And whenever I have a base that is just white, I do the thick because it's nice to have that extra thickness because white is a little thinner than regular cardstock. So using the thick is really helpful. This is live, Gail. I'm so glad you could make it. All right, so we have the base, which is the basic white thick. I'm going to go ahead and put that aside. And then this card doesn't take a lot of cardstock. It has 2 of the basic whites and 2 red because, as you know, I love to have my insides and my front have the same layers because I think it looks more professional. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start with this and a piece of printer paper. And I want to show you how to tear it so that you can make your own landscape. So what I need is I need the negative that I'm tearing off to be in the shape I need. So I want part of it to be more flat, and then I want some hills. Ooh, look at that. So what you do is you use this. Let's turn this around because I need this flat one over. So I'm going to just lay this, and this is going to be my flat, but I'm going to, let's see, make it a little bit less bumpy. So you can always, I've done this before where I keep tearing and tearing and tearing, and then I end up having to get a new piece. So, you know, it's not expensive to use this as, you know, just a half a sheet of printer paper, and then we have that. All right, so we're going to come in with a blending brush and garden green. And I'm going to bring in my pad here because that makes it easier so I can go off. So I want this to look like hills, and this has got a couple of hills. So go ahead and get this in the ink and then go off a little bit. So see how smudgy that looks right there? Let's see. There we go. Then you just can come in and it won't be as smudgy because you already took the big smudge off. I like to make the tops of the hills look a little bit darker because to me that seems, growing up in California, winter was my favorite. Isn't that funny? I hate winter here, but winter was my favorite season because it got cool and all the hills turned green. All right, so I'm going to add here. So what's nice is that you can keep adding. I didn't like the way this dipped, and I got it to go over a little bit. So we're going to just do it again and just make it look like another hill there. Oh, that's good. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And we can move this for now. All right, so in the set, there is a house with a roof. Now, I've tried it both ways. The roof, you just have to have something dark to stamp so you can like line up the roof. So I'm going to be using Pebbled Path. Let me get it. Sorry for the reach. So excited you guys are here. All right, so I want to get that really dark, and I'm gonna need to come in a little bit. So sorry. I just want to make sure that I get it straight. And then we can always add, see right there? We can always add a hill coming in so it doesn't look funny. All right. Because right now it looks like this had a landslide and it's getting ready to go down the hill. All right, and then we're going to come in with real red. And this is another time I'm going to need to stand up so that I can line this up. And there is a trick if you make a little bit of a mistake, but I think I got it right this time. Well, close. Not sure if you can see, but there's a little gap in the with the roof in the house. We're going to fix it so you don't even know that it's there. I'm just going to bring in my real red marker and I'm just going to color in where it touches the roof. And then you won't even be able to tell that it wasn't on right. Okay, so I'm going to fix this because that looks silly. Having that house, let's see, it doesn't have to always be exactly the same. I'm going to bring in another hill just to have it, whoop, got to be careful. Okay, now he's not floating. So we're going to get out the garden green again. And this time I'm going to stamp some trees to give some dimension. And I'm going to, whoa, that would have been silly, putting trees upside down. Okay, put some here. Oh, that looks good. Oh, let me get, there's another set of trees that has 4. So I want it to be a little different. Thanks, Pat. All right, let's see. They also have a stamp that lets you add a little bit of darkness to your, I'm just gonna bring this in, to your hills to make it look like it's shaded. Hold on, I have to pull this out. Okay, let's put it under here. And then I'm gonna do it under the house. If I can do it without messing up. There, that's not bad. All right. Then they have in this set, I'm going to move these so I don't accidentally make a mess. This is the sky. So it's going to have like an optical illusion that the clouds are around. Not like this is going to be blue. So we're just going to put it in there. I'm going to go like this and we'll have to go off a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get the balmy blue. And for big stamps like this, it's so much easier if you go from the top. Because if you don't, whoop, is that a cat hair? Hold on. I don't want a cat hair in my sky. And this is what happens when you have cats. All right, there we go. Bring this back in. I'm going to turn it over because right now I have the blue on or the green on the other side. So let's go ahead and so these are supposed to be the clouds, but I tend to like my sky to be a little bit more blue. So I'm going to go ahead and lightly go in with my brush and Balmy Blue ink. This is such a fun set. I've been playing with it because we're going to use it for the besties this month. And oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. All right. Okay, let me move that. Move that. All right. I would need a sun. So we're going to go ahead and put a sun in. Thanks, Pat. So do I. Okay, we're going to just put a sun here. And I got a little bit of green down here. I'm going to try to smooth that out because, you know, whoops. Let's find my green again. I just don't want it to be so noticeable that I drop something there. So we're going to just make the bottom just a little bit darker. There's always a fix. Still can see it though. I'm just going to do the edges because I think that's always such a pretty thing. There. Whoops, didn't mean to move you. So sorry. All right, so that is the front. And I need to put a sentiment on. So we're going to move that. Oh, look what I did. I got a little bit of a mess here. Oh, okay. We're all good. I'm wearing my craft pants. All right, so we're going to bring in the real red again and the sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it on here and then fussy cut around it. Oh, and it says, I just can't thank you enough. All right, so let me find my scissors. There they are. So just for those that come in later or are watching, I have a blog that's just teddybearstamping.com, and all my videos that like everything that I do for my videos is on my blog, and it's got close-up pictures so you can go there and see. But if you sign up for my newsletter, every couple weeks I send out a newsletter with things I've done on my blog and on the videos, because I only make videos that are on the blog. And so I send you a free PDF if you're signed up for my newsletter. So it really helps me if you sign up for that, and then I can send them to you. And I know you want them because you signed up for it. And it's absolutely free because I like to share. That is one of the mottos for Stampin' Up is share what you love. It's definitely what I do. All right. It's too bad this one doesn't have those dies that are just for this so that we can have it cut out and we don't have to fussy cut, but this isn't bad. As long as I don't make a big mistake. Okay. There. So that's not too awfully bad. So I want to bring in, looking for them. Takes me a minute to bring in my minis. my mini dimensionals. And I'm just going to put those on because I want them to be popped up a little bit. And hopefully it will fit and I don't have to trim any. Let's see. That one's pretty darn close. So we're going to trim that one. The next one I'm really excited about. I saw it online this last week and it was so much fun to make. All right, one more. I'm going to go ahead and cut one in half so I can use it. It's amazing how these minis sometimes are too big too. Okay. Scooches. All right, I think I got it. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the bottom. Now both of my cats are in here, so hopefully they'll behave. They're both laying in front of the heater. Okay, so there. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and layer it onto here. And I forgot to fill this up, so hopefully it will last through this card and I can get some more. All right. And then it's going to go on the white. Well, it's just going to have to go because I already stuck it down. Okay, so what do you think of the front? Thanks, Pat, for putting that up there. All right, so now we're going to do the inside. And I did not know what to make for the inside, so I just put these together and then just stuck them in, which goes against everything I believe in because I like it when we put images in here so I don't have to write so much. But I wasn't sure that the house would go if I just stuck it in there. So we're just going to leave it blank and you guys can put whatever you want on the inside. I really liked this one. I thought it was very pretty. And I like that it has a bigger border. All right, so that's card number 1. Yay! All right, I'm going to put that aside. Now this one's going to take a little bit more, but it's really fun. And look at all the goodies that I have. I am using, let me show you the stamp set, Reach for the Stars. I bought this because I saw Kevin Thiessen make the most beautiful cards and I was like, okay, I have to buy it. So now that I've bought it, I don't want to just sit in there. And I know it's an older set, but I've never used it. So as my husband and I say, it's new to us. Like when we buy a new car, we say, oh, we got a new car. Well, we really didn't get a new car. We got a new car to us. All right. Whoa, that would have been bad. Okay. So I score it, but then you also want to make sure that they're straight when you go to put in your papers, like when you go to fold it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this aside for now and show you the paper that I'm going to use today. So these are the 2 that I'm going to score. I have 3 blacks, which one's smaller, and you'll see why. And these 2 are the exact same size. And then we have this is the same size, and this is the same size. Then I have this is going to go on the background, and this is going on the inside. So first off, we're going to bring in my trimmer, and you're going to put the small, the small, what's the word? Edge on here, and you're going to go to the 1 inch. Make sure you have your score blade at the top, not your cutter. I've done that so many times. All right, so we're just going to do that, and then we're going to do the next one. They're exactly the same. And I would love to do this in person, so I'm hoping some of you will want to do that. All right, I'm flipping it over because I'm using this side, and I'm going to close this and move it just for a second, but we're going to need it again. So this is 4 inches. It's 4 by 3. So we're going to put in my ruler, and I'm going to grab a pin so it makes sure that it is dark enough. And I am going to mark at the 2-inch mark. And then I'm going to do the same on the other. And this is on the opposite side of the 1-inch score line. I know, I hate to cover this up, but we have this whole thing for the other side, for the inside. So let's do that. And at the 2-inch mark, we're going to make a mark. Okay. Move that one. Come back in with the trimmer. And you're going to keep your score line up, your scoring blade at the top. You're going to put one, the mark, it's going to be hard to see, and right at where the score line is. And make sure that they're both right at the channel, and then we're going to score. Whoa, I moved it once I closed it. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. And then you're going to score it, and then you're going to do the other side, which this to this. I want to make sure. And then you're scoring it. All right. Let's do the other one, and then we will move on to the next step. Right to the score line, right to that mark. And turn it. Score line. Whoop. Wait. There we go. Score line and mark. Takes a little bit. You get one side, and then you have to move it because you don't have the other side. All right. So now you have like a V at the top. It's kind of really cute. Hey, Haiti. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and fold this, and they should meet and score. All right. Let's do this one. We're going to, well, this came together so much better than my first one. It's always good to practice. All right. And then we're going to just fold it on that score line. All right. Now we're going to close this. So I'm just going to put a couple here. Okay. Well, there we go. All right, and we're going to close it. Now it's locked into position, and we have this. So this is what it looks like on the front. And I need a drink, so hold on one second. Okay, so let me see what we do. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and put adhesive on here. And I'm just going to do one side at a time to make it easier. And you're going to lay this down. It's the same width. And you want it to go right to that score line. And hopefully you have them meet up. So no trimming. But if by chance you have to trim, it's all okay. All right. That's what I say about everything, right? It's all good. All right. Right up to the edge. There. And then you just fold this over to make sure that that score line, oh, got a little bit of dark on there. That's all right. All right, so now we have that. Now the big question is, do we want it to be like this or like this? I don't think it matters. But before I do anything, I want to do, because I want to add splatter on the background of this, so it can be really sparkly. So you take a Wink of Stella and you make sure the ink is down in it, not the ink. There, oh, see, it's very down. I'm going to pick it up because I want to make sure I get this good. All right, so then you just, and don't be shy, hit it. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, now let's see if you can tell. Look at, I don't know that you can see it. In person, it is super sparkly, super. All right, move that. It does end up being on my table and on my computer. You should see my computer. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this onto the back of, whoa, see? Maybe I should use liquid glue. Let's do that. Doesn't matter that I did that because it's going down flat. And you want to get the whole thing except for this part that moves. All right. I'm going to close this so I can line it up. And yes, I'm getting glue on my fingers. It's all okay. I don't know that I'm the only one, but as a child, I always loved to put glue on my fingers and then peel them off. Who else did that? I know, decisions. Okay, I'm going to turn this over and make sure I rub it real well to get it to stick. All right, close this. So now we have that, and we are going to decorate one of our blacks here. Let's see, I'm going to make sure I get the right one. So this is the smaller one. This is the bigger. They're just a little bit different. So you are going to put this onto this one. And I want to add some splatter on this too, just to add. But I think I'm going to do it after I do the next step. So before we start, whoops, I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to bring in my embossing buddy, which was right here. Yep, it's right here. This is the big fat one that I got with the embossing buddy toolkit, or the embossing toolkit. I like to be very liberal with this, especially when you're using white or black. Those seem to be harder to get to stick properly, like to emboss. So I have my Versamark, and I am going to, let's see, You're Stellar. We're going to just put this on and hopefully not, I can't trim this all the way because it's too small. All right. Let's see if I can get this on and have it be somewhat straight. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Hey, Robin. All right, so we have that. And then we're going to heat set it. I'm letting it warm up just a second. So the best way to do it is to keep moving it with light and make sure it's shiny through the whole thing. And it is. I'm going to let it cool off just a minute because if you touch it immediately, it will smudge, but it doesn't take much to dry. So then I'm going to wipe this on my pants to get all of the embossing buddy off. It's why you have to have your stamp pants with you. All right. So now I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella and add again. I just love this look. And you know who taught me it? Pat. The harder you hit it, the more that'll come out. So you can't be shy. Oh boy, that looks like a total skyscape. I don't know that you can. Oh, you can. Look at that. Did you see that? It's like sparkly. Yay. All right. Then we have this paper, the DSP that comes with this set. And I cut out Saturn, but in a different color. So you just have to fussy cut a little bit. I had to ask my son what planet this was. Is that not sad? I thought for sure I'd know. I kept saying, I think it's Saturn, but it could be Pluto. No. Okay. So we're going to put this on. Thanks, Haiti. Okay. I'm going to have this go at an angle because I just think that looks pretty. All right, so now that's going to go on top of here. See if I have enough. Oh, it's getting really close to the end. Okay. All right. Now, we are going to put this piece on the back, and you'll find out why in a minute, but you want it to be attached on the left side, but not on the right, and we want it to be popped. So we're going to put dimensionals on the left side and towards the middle and not go anywhere past. Hey, Maria. Glad you could make it. So we're doing a fancy fold here. Okay, so I'm leaving this bottom part undone, and I don't want this to it just has to be on the back. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the back. This is not going to be seen. This is all function. So I'm going to put it kind of like here and then towards the bottom. It still has a nice border on this side. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So now we are going to bring in our card, and we're going to just put some tape. These are both going to be held down, but we need to have adhesive on this one here, just in this one part, because we don't want it anywhere else. And I'm making sure it didn't go over. And we're just going to layer this on so it's straight, hopefully. Okay. All right. And then this piece will go into that back flap that we left open so that it holds it closed. Oh, hey, Lola. That's so funny. I'm like, I don't know Maria, but I'll say hi. All right. So now we have this other piece that fits this, and that's going to go on the inside under this. So I'm going to bring that in because we need to stamp it. And I'm going to stamp with Smoky Slate. And you can stamp off, or I'm going to not stamp off on this one because I stamped off on the last one, and then we'll decide which way we like it better. Because I would love to know which way you like it. This just makes it a little bit darker. Oh, that's so pretty. All right. Putting all the stamps over there so that I don't accidentally put something on top of it. You guys have seen me do that. All right, let me move this. All right, now I'm going to do Reach for the Stars in Memento. Put that aside. Now this is going to go on here. I'm not adding any extra bling on this one, because neither one of these cards had embellishments, because they were pretty enough without them, I thought, and I didn't want to overdo it. All right, so now the best way to do this is to put the tape. Let's see if I can get this. All right, put it here all the way under this. Make sure that it's snug before, see, I'm still holding it. Make sure it's lined up. Got to get this cat hair off. There we go. And then you're going to push it down. So now it's going to be hidden under there. And then we just put this in, like I said, on the back so that this will hold it closed. Isn't that pretty? All right, but we're not done. So I got this idea from Tami White, and she did it going this way, and I wanted to try it doing this way, and I wanted it to be an open card. Hers was just a front, and these will go on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this, and I'm going to use Night of Navy because that's in the DSP. Thanks, Teresa. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I have these stars, and I am purposely going to, because it just makes it easier, do them at a kind of an angle. So this way, I can't say, oh, shoot, I tried to make it straight. No, if you do it purposely, then you say, that's what I meant to do. Because that's important. Now, let's see if I can get one more. Oh, hold on. Okay. And the sentiment says, and this is so sweet, if I had a star for every time you brightened my day, I'd have an entire galaxy. Isn't that a great sentiment? Okay. And I'm thinking that I'm pretty much out of my tape, so we're just going to use liquid glue, which I really love anyway, so it's not a biggie. Okay, this is going to go on here. And then this is going to go on the inside. And then we'll show you the whole card. And then I got to show you the other side, the one that I wanted you to judge. Okay. To see which way you like it better. All right. So here's the inside of that. And let me show you the one. Oh, maybe I didn't stamp off. They look exactly the same. Thanks, Lola. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close this. I do think I love the sparkle, which I did not put on this one. And then we have, whoops, this card that we can go ahead and do a drawing for, and you guys tell me which one you want. Now, I probably will hold on to this one for at least a week, maybe a little bit more, because I'm going to do a class using this, and it just makes it easier for me not to have to make it again. And then I'll mail it out when I'm done. All right. Yay. So, what'd you guys think? Did you like it? Was this a really kind of a cool idea? I like it. I think it really worked out well. And of course, I love this. And I kind of like having it darker here on the edge. Thanks, Teresa. All right. So Pat's going to draw a winner, and then you guys need to let me know which one you would like. And I've got 2 of each. These I can mail out right away. This one I'll have to wait on. So that depending on whether or not you want them fast is whether or not you are going to pick that one. But it is really pretty. So what Pat does is she enters in everybody's name and does this random name picker, and it goes around and it lands on names. So it's all random. Whoever leaves comments gets to get it, and that works because it's so easy. And then she's not playing favorites, not that she would. All right, Robin and Teresa. Okay, so Teresa, I'm not sure if I have your email or your mailing address. If you could contact me, yes, contact me at teddybearstamping.com. I'm sorry, Lisa@teddybearstamping.com. That is my email. So you can go ahead and email me and tell me which one you would like and your mailing address. And Robin, when you come over next week, I think it's next week, maybe you can tell me which one you like. Or if you want this one, you just let me know. But I think that you probably will want this one, but we will see. All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. And please give me a thumbs up and share my video if you wouldn't mind. You could even share it with me. As long as it gets shared, YouTube gives me credit. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.